Hello, my name is Bailey Ash, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about what I want to do with my life and my vision for the world. To start off with, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I am currently a junior in the Kelley School of Business studying marketing and international business at Indiana University. When I started on this goal, I envisioned myself in an advertising career, making a lot of money and doing something exciting in Hollywood or something like that. But an experience I had my sophomore year of college changed my perspective on the world and what I want to do with my time here. So I got to take a class called social entrepreneurship, and before I didn't even know what that was, but I found out it's similar to non-for-profits, except for it's more built as an actual business to generate revenue itself, to make a difference by actually being a business instead of taking handouts or grant money. And I really like that idea because I've always been a little skeptical of non-for-profits, of where they put their money and how their money is actually used. So an actual business plan and people starting from the bottom with their own, investment money and investors actually making something makes a lot of sense for me. And the fact that we can do good with that as well is amazing. So with this class, the reason why it was so special and so impactful on my life is that we got to go to Costa Rica and see social entrepreneurs doing real work in the real world. Instead of just talking about visions in class or talking about people, we got to see how they affect people and how they make a difference in people's lives by just being there and caring. These people are amazing. I had no idea how inspired I'd be by this trip. I honestly took it because I was excited to go to Costa Rica, but it's the people that made it worth it. Hearing them talk about their passions and their visions and how it related to how they're living their lives was really impressive. And they don't need the money, they don't need the recognition, because yes, it is a sustaining business, but a lot of the money goes back into the business, because similar to non-for-profits, the main goal is to help people. And so, they're making like this much money, they're getting this much benefits economically, but here is where their gratitude and their pride comes from. The pride they have for their work really makes it worth it, and that's something that I'd like moving forward, is to be prideful in my work and know that I'm making a difference in someone's life. So while we were in Costa Rica, we saw social entrepreneurs who did things like setting up free medical clinics so people could finally get the health care they need, and free glasses so that people could finally see. Because, think about if you didn't, I personally wear contacts, and if I didn't have my vision, I wouldn't be doing anything but sitting at home. I wouldn't be able to go out on the streets or, look for cars. So just these small, simple things that we in America take for granted can make a huge difference abroad. And I really latched on to that idea. Someone named Jose that we got to see, a social entrepreneur that holds a special place in my heart. He doesn't have any money. He didn't come from good means. He got helped by a different social entrepreneur. They built a business together, and then after that was made, the original owner went away to start a new business, and Jose stayed to help these children in the slums, because that's what his business is. It is to teach the children that they matter, to teach them English, to give them more opportunities within their communities, and even to get out of them. And with Jose, my entire class and I, we got to go to a slum and visit the children and see the actual work he was doing, and that was awe-inspiring and shocking for me, because as a southern girl from a very small town, I had never experienced seeing a house with no furniture or 7 people within one small room. And even walking around it, there's sewage running through the sidewalks, and the children are playing in it as if that's no problem and no big deal. And that stuck with me. That's how children are living right now. Someone is sitting there playing in a puddle of their own filth and having a great time, and that's not right. So what I want to do with my vision is I want to create a world where someone's social economic class does not define who they are and the opportunities they will be presented with. I want people to feel like their voices matter. They have the capability of doing whatever they want, and they can, succeed at it. And people who grow up in lower social economic classes, their parents didn't believe in them. They don't tell them that they are good enough. They want them, to start working at the farm with them. It doesn't matter if you're studying like that. For them, it's a more waste of time. And so that's why I want to go into places like Central America and South America and set up leadership programs, the one like how Jose has set up, and the ones that even Leadershape have created, and really give the children and young adults a voice and teach them how to be leaders. Because a proverb that I want to be part of my vision is, if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. And so with social entrepreneurship, I think that's very similar to that, the definition of it. And I want to be, instead of giving a community a leader for a while, give a community the ability to create new leaders, to create new opportunities. Because after you get that ball growing, it will be, exponential. That every person that comes out of that community will feel like they are significant in some way and be able to make the difference. Because something I also learned in economics is that one of the biggest source of capital is ideas. And there's people all around the world having these great ideas, or have the ability to have these great ideas, but they're not, they don't get the education and the perspectives they need to come up with them and to really change. Could be some little girl sitting in Costa Rica right now who will one day have the cure for cancer, but we might not ever hear from her. So that is what my vision is. I want to start in South America and then move to Africa and to the Middle East afterwards, which hopefully will be less war turmoil and more safe. Because one part of my vision that correlates with my life and how I want to live it is that I am a very, very passionate about traveling, and I'm a world traveler. And so I want to be able to incorporate that in my work. And I think this is a great way to do so, that I get to see the world, get to experience all these new cultures, but while doing something beneficial and hopefully making a difference. So something I'm doing right now is I'm learning Spanish. I'm getting a minor in it, and this August I will be volunteering in Ecuador to get a sense of what the community is like, what the problems that lie there are. And then in 2016, I will be studying abroad in the fall in Chile or Argentina to also immerse myself and just get my foot in the door in that continent, because I've never even been there. And then after that, I plan on moving to, Brazil or Chile, and start, working up shops, starting getting people involved, and hopefully making a difference, or getting involved with an already set up business so that I can see what it's like, see how social entrepreneurs make that change and start the business. So I can't wait for that aspect. I'm going through ICOR this summer, and then the next 3 weeks after that I'll be in Ecuador, and I'm very excited. And something else I'm very passionate about is that I'm a photographer. I'm getting a minor in studio art, and I want to use those skills, those abilities to document what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing, and document the changes, hopefully, too. But be able to show people how the third world and people, outside of America and Europe are living, that it's not, the necessities they need are not being met, simply. So hopefully that my vision has inspired you, and I hope that if you're interested in studying abroad with me or volunteering, please let me know, and I would love company. Every person can make their own change. But thank you.